to the Samhain ritual, a live spiritual masterclass for our Turn of the Wheel event called Samhain. And you can feel this time of year is really magical. Whoops, sometimes that happens. Let's see if we can
Hello and
turn
welcome,
off
beloved.
video that automatically plays. Here we go again. We're back. Okay, welcome once again to our live Samhain ritual. This is one of the Spiritual Masterclass series that I have been devoted to coming in every turn of the wheel. This is 8 times a year to bring us back into traditions that our ancestors celebrated in the old world, especially Celtic ancestry, which is part of my ancestral lineage. And today we are really honoring the Celts and the Celtic wonderful ritual of Samhain. And Samhain is such an interesting word because it doesn't sound anything like it looks. So you might have been seeing in my email, come to the Samhain ritual. And you're like, what is she talking about now? Samhain is how you pronounce this word. And it's from other time, this other language, or ancient Irish ancestors, mine at least. They celebrated this time of year as the halfway point between fall equinox and winter solstice. And this is the closing of the 6 months of light and the stepping into the winter, moving out of the harvest season into the dark of winter. And this time is very special because in ancient Ireland, the Celtic tradition honored tomorrow as the new year. So this is New Year's Eve for some. And they celebrated the new cycle by celebrating what has been harvested, and then also really giving this gratitude for the abundance of the last year's cycle. And we're going to get a lot more into the ritual in a moment. I'll be showing you some slides as well. Let me just know if you can hear me okay over the background music. Can I? Yep, good. Okay, good. Before we go deeper, just to get really present, I'd love to first create the ceremonial container with you and to honor that this is not just a class for our intellect. This is a temple space for our hearts and for our soulful essence to create some real movement and meaning in our lives. And so we do that by honoring both the directions and the elements before we dive into our deepening work here in the temple. I'd like to invite a few beings to call in the directions with me. And I saw some familiar names on the list here. And I'm going to invite, if you are willing to turn on your camera and to be with me, my beautiful brother Argon is going to join me. And I'm going to add a few of us together here. Charlotte Sophia is here, also all the way from England, and that is something I love to know where you're coming from today. Would you be willing to pop it in the, okay, Charlotte's saying she's very tired being in England. I missed your note. So Quinn, would you be willing to call in a direction with us, beloved? Thank you. I'm going to add you. Thank you. And yes, we'll start like this. Aha, here comes Alexis. So I'm going to invite Alexis too when she gets in the Zoom room fully. So let's put a hand on our heart, and you can put another on your belly and just lean into your back body a little bit and feel this moment, this precious moment, as you breathe a little deeper than usual. And as we call in the directions, we're not calling them in simply to honor them outside of us in the world. We are actually honoring that they live inside of us, the elements do. And the way that this elemental world works through us is a big part of how we can change our lives and change our consciousness. Alexis, I'd love to invite you too, sweetheart, to come and call in the directions with us today. Are you willing to do that? Let me see if I can find you. Alexis, I'm scrolling through a lot of names here. Yes. Start your video when you can. Come call the directions with us. Okay. So deep breath. Closing our eyes together, feeling your heart under your hand of light. Feeling how this is the center of the directional wheel, like a Native American prayer wheel, like a Celtic solar cross, the wheel that represents all the directions. And as we breathe, we face in our inner vision towards the east, towards a place of the rising sun. And we honor this light, this new light that blesses the earth. And with this direction, we honor our ancestral wisdom. We honor the wisdom keepers of the Far East. We honor the ancient ones. And we honor the element of air, the winds of change. Go ahead and take a deep breath with me. Feeling this element, the prana, the life force that flows through you, that is a part of our human experience. Without air, we could not be here. Prana that moves into our lungs and gives us joy and inspiration. We welcome you. We welcome this fresh breath of life, of energy, of clarity. And we invite that this sweet air help purify our mental body, that it uplifts our spirits, brings inspiration and joy, and a kind of clarity of mind for this ritual and for beyond, for these dark and darker days towards the solstice, that we breathe in the sweet, crisp fall air and stay present and clear in these times. So we welcome the East, and we welcome the element of air. Hail and welcome East, welcome air. Beloved brother.
And we now move around the wheel to the south, and we honor the fire element. And in the altar of our hearts, the flame burns bright. Taking a deep breath and fanning those flames in the temple of our hearts together. Beloved fire, you are a transformative force. We offer our gratitude for your light and for your powerful change. We honor the sacred direction of the south as we see the birds, the whales, the butterflies move south, seeking warmer places. When the weather gets cold, when our internal clock, when our internal weather gets cold, may we also turn to the south as a metaphor for turning toward the warmth and the light, seeking out the changes that will warm us up, that will get our blood moving and flowing, that will call us out of our winters, out of hibernation into action. May we be able to release the past that never was and the future that never will be, with grace and with ease. Hail to the fire and the sacred direction of the south.
Hail fire, hail south. Blessed be. Quinn, would you be willing to call in the west and the waters?
Call in the direction of the west. Call in the energy of flowing waters of remembrance. feminine aspects of intuition, deep knowing, emotion. I call in the acknowledgement of that which is coming to a close, especially on the sacred holiday. And that which the waters, the feminine womb, will then give birth to as we walk around. So we all hail the West, all hail water.
Hail to the west, hail to the sacred waters. Blessed be. Oh, as I have not heard from Alexis, she might be here but not fully here. I will call in unless someone else is really, really connected and wishing to call in the north. You are, can raise your hand. I'm going to call in the north in this case. Right, taking a deep breath and feeling your bones, your body, the physical realm. We call in the direction of the north. We hail the gate guardians of the north. The element of earth, sacred, Gaia Terra. This earth that nurtures and sustains us, that holds us here in this human experience in 3D. And we also honor all the other beings in our earth walk, in our earth experience. We honor the four-legged, the crawlers, the swimmers, the winged ones, and the tree people, as well as the minerals, the deep, deep wisdom in the mineral kingdom, the crystals, the ancient ones, grandmothers and grandfathers that have seen everything in the dawn of time. We give thanks for this experience being embodied in the integrity in our own bones, our physical ability to be here now. And we ask that our physical bodies are nurtured and sustained and supported throughout this winter, that our health and our vitality remains. Thanks for all that we have harvested in abundance till this point from Mama Gaia and the earth, and the gratitude in our hearts as we give thanks for earth and the north. Hail north. Earth. Beloved Argon, we speak for the center of the wheel.
And we now turn to the center and the element of ether. We honor you on this day and we ask you to reveal the quickening nature of the divine awareness, the divine consciousness within us. You are the messenger of the mystery. May we come to our center on this day as we see in all directions with gratitude for everything that has been harvested up to this point in time in our journey this year. Blessed be the center, the Sipapu, and the sacred element of ether.
Hail to the center, hail ether. Feeling your own body as the living temple and all of these elements a part of you. Feeling the prayer that you bring today through this portal, through this gateway into this temple. Breathing deeply into the center of your sacred heart. If you wish to give it a little energy, bow towards it, knowing that so much of what we experience is caused by how we experience it. As viewed, so appears. So allowing your heart to open, to soften, to lift, to receive the goodness and the beauty. And if there's anything that you would like to lay down so that you may truly receive here, like the empty cup, I invite you now to use the chat and just to presence what it is that you are leaving at this gateway, as we make this turn upon this sacred wheel today, perhaps as you lay this down, it will be transmuted in grace. No need to capitulate, recapitulate, repeat a pattern, a belief, a way of being. What are you willing to lay down, almost like feeding to the bonfire of Samhain? We feel in your heart what no longer serves you. We're willing to lay down so that you can be truly present here. We're just going to take a moment to really honor each other and receive the medicine. Beatrice is laying down all doubt. Wow, I feel the empowerment of that as I speak it aloud to your clarity, to your gnosis. Yes, it is done. The transmutation of all doubt. Caroline, laying down perceptions of scarcity, and with you in the harvesting and the abundance that is truly here. We lay down the illusions of scarcity. Blessed be. Thank you for the one. Joyce, leaving fear and trepidation of the unknown future behind. Breathing with you here, fully alive and empowered in the present moment, all that's real, breath by breath, we navigate heart first. Blessed be. Quinn, leaving limiting beliefs and resistance, all limiting beliefs and all resistance, melting here at this gate. A wild and courageous, abundant heart, embracing every precious moment. Blessed be. Jody, laying down lack of voice, finances, security, laying down the appearance of lack, the appearance in this current outpicturing, expanding into the abundance, preciousness, the richness of your voice, truth, your sourcefulness in your being, your bones, that creates so much flow. Blessed be for the one. Jennifer, I lay down shame and belief in shame. Thank you for naming this. Transmuting the densest of all frequencies. In this alchemy, we raise our vibration out of that sticky tar into breath, into now, into yes, into I am enough for the one. Blessed be. Sylvia, laying down the body, blood, weeping over murder, laying down, holding the toxicity. For the one, we expand our vision of peace on earth, expand this possibility of responsive, aligned community, unity consciousness, feeling the unfurling of fear in our tails, end of victim perpetrator consciousness on earth. Transmutation of violence, transmutation of all war within and without, in the now, or the world. Blessed be. Adora, leaving stagnation and lethargy. Oh, feeling you, sister. Bringing that sacred fire back. Blood, breath, and bones. You are at the front of the wave. For your ancestors, your aliveness, witnessing you and all of us here to catalyze that sacred fire today. Corrine, I leave the fear of the future and doubts about my value. So many have laid down for the one. We recognize our preciousness, the inner gold, presence we carry, the responsiveness that we have in our moment-to-moment spiritual sovereignty, choosing from our heart, knowing we've done. We lay down the resistance, the doubt, the fear, illusions of not enoughness. Pamela, leaving self-sabotage, disrespect, and manipulation. Yes. us witnessing this great release, so much medicine for the one. Blessed be Pamela. It is done. Continue to breathe as you receive each other's medicine, witnessing with full heart, that full yes for each other. Together we rise, together we are so great in this work, in this beauty. Cynthia, laying down the divisive duality, polarity that keeps me apart, embracing my divine masculine and divine feminine, inequality. May I be reunited in my sacred union for the one, as the one. Aho, sister. Sister speaks for me in balance and union. There's freedom. Blessed be. Gina, I leave guilt, the guilt of saying no, wanting something different, holding you and all of us who suffer from that fear of losing love, the heaviness of heart, place that compassion turns into codependence and martyring. Bring back that balance, that harmony, that self-honoring, that trust for this journey. Blessed be. Laura, laying down abandonment and fear, laying down that feeling, that story forevermore, beloved. You are here with us. You are here now, and you are held, you are loved. We're holding you as you hold yourself. The Divine One holds us all together. For all of us that ache, that feel lonely, that feel grief, that feel abandoned in these days, let this be like coal from the central bonfire that we take to warm our own hearths, as our ancestors did on this day, thousands of years in this ritual of Samhain. Alexis, leaving stress, story, and the resistance to feel the intensity of a huge headache at the moment. All the huge life initiations I'm currently navigating, I am present. I am willing to feel it all. I'm feeling you, I'm with you. Community, together in unity. We are here with you, breathing with you, beloved. Laying down that fear at the gate. Joyce, leaving shame, self-doubt, self-insecurity, embarrassment, and second-guessing behind. Aho. Hallelujah for the one. All these dense frequencies alchemizing in the bonfire. Blessed be. And if there's more, you are welcome to continue to leave them at the gate, to be witnessed by the collective. Hum is together, community, together in unity. We are here today to celebrate. I'm going to show you where we are in the turn of the wheel, in the larger outpicturing of our year, which is 13 moons. So here we have our wheel. We have come up from the summer around the wheel. We have come through past the equinox. And now we are at the halfway point between equinox, Mabon, and Yule, winter solstice, here in Samhain. This is where we are in greater procession of the year, the 13 moons. And in this honoring of Samhain, we honor this time of lighting fires. We honor the dancing around the fires, and it's symbolic of this inner fire that is to be kept alive, to be tended, even in times of darkness, especially in times of darkness, times of great unknowns. In this season, we are feeling so much scorpionic energy, Scorpio season, spooky season where the veils are thin. So I'm going to invite a very brief overview, a transmission for you to take in. For some of you may not be familiar with this Celtic turn of the wheel. You can feel the changes. You can feel the leaves turning and falling and decomposing already. You can feel that which was once bright and green at Beltane, halfway across the wheel, the beginning of the season of light, into Samhain, the end of the season of light, the cold kiss of death fast approaching, the death that is a cycle of life, rebirth, and nourishment for the earth. Sing a song later to really feel this in our bones. This moment at the very end of October, the Celtic New Year, the door swings open. And as this door swings open, the veils are very thin. The dying sun is swallowed up by the lengthening nights. And one foot may still be trying to remain in that time of abundance and harvest while we sense the coldness coming. You're taking in this in your heart. It is time. It is the time. It is the time, it is said, when the veils thin between the worlds of the living and the dead. It is time. We have entered into the time of Samhain. So here at summer's end, Samhain in Gaelic literally means summer's end. We honor this change. We honor this movement in our own lives where we look to what we are leaving behind in the dance of life. We look at what no longer serves. And I'm going to invite that in this part of our ceremony that you really feel into these questions for yourself. Feeling into your own life. And if you have your journal, you can write the questions. If you feel to put them in the chat, I invite that. Very powerful medicine for others. The feeling at this turning, at this time. We call it All Hallows Eve as well. For the word, the ancient word Hallowmas or Hollantide commemorates those who have passed away. So whether it is those beings we have lost, those beings are no longer physically with us, or that which is passing away in our own patterns and lives. We think of this as a time of releasing, letting go, and honoring. So about 2,000 years ago, this night was the greatest celebration of the whole year. This night was like what most of us feel with the fireworks on January 31st, because this was a time of truly celebrating and releasing. So here we dive deeper, honoring our ancestors and expressing gratitude for our lives. No matter what situation we may find ourselves in right now, no matter the chaos, the unknowns of this world, coming back to the gratitude, feeling that which you are transmuting, the grief that you are transmuting into more beauty and compassion, the pain that you are transmuting for your personal life situations and the collective. So I ask you, what are you letting go of that no longer serves your growth at this gateway? And this can be a deepening journaling question, a little different than our gate question that we first entered with. What are you letting go of that no longer serves your growth? What are you releasing that has prevented the expression of your joy? Really feel into that. as we rejoice this dance of transition, this dance of change, the dance of life, feel into that which has inhibited your joy and your growth. Looking at that which has chained you into misperceptions, misunderstandings, or isolation. How can you free yourself from these chains on this day? Really feeling into what has been chaining you back from your full connection with source, with life, with other. So deepening journaling questions for you that if you feel called to also place in the chat that medicine of your heart for the one, we invite that. Let's feel one more big breath into that which we are. It's like throwing it in the bonfires, the grains and the fruits that we know will bring more bounty for the next cycle. That which has already been picked and is dying. Put it like fodder, like fuel for the fire of the next cycle. So one more time, just really taking a moment, feeling into your heart. What has been chaining you, holding you back from the fullness of your joy, your growth? What are you willing to throw into this bonfire? Seeing yourself in this great web of unending, never-ending, unending life. Remember that the death of a pattern, the death of an illusion, of a belief system only gives life to something more resonant, more alive now. So what in your life is ready to die? What is coming to an end? Remembering that love is all that is real, that love is the light that carries us through this dark season. As you hold that lamp in your heart, really naming and laying down what is coming to an end. All right, let's feel that. There's some more shares here. So I'm going to just go back up. Whew, time to rise up together. Yes. Letting go of the fear of judgment. Blessed be. Letting go of alcohol, the addictions that bind us and blind us, numb us, that poison us. Blessed be. Letting go of unworthiness, the illusion of unworthiness that's been conditioned, imprinted like a spell in so many of our psyches. We release it here into the bonfire. Overworking, for the one. Thank you for naming that. Finding more harmony in our feminine, in our receptive, in our intuitive, in that balance between production and magic, dreaming, so that it is balanced and nourishing for the one. I let go of the belief that life is inherently miserable. Really feeling you at this intensified crucible of initiation, beloved. That even though the current outpicturing of your life can be perceived as full of struggle, challenge, or suffering, that you can still receive and perceive the beauty, the grace, the miracles that surround you. Breathing really deep and feeling the parts of self that are resistant to opening to receive support, miracles, abundance, and love those parts. Really love those parts. Love them so much you're willing to place them in this alchemical fire of transmutation. Blessed be. Jennifer is laying down distraction for the one. Oh, presence is a superpower that we practice. Laying down hesitation. Are we feeling how hesitation is another way of saying fear? In the root, unwinding the root for the one. The leap of faith, heart first. In your own bodies, feel how hesitation, doubt, anxiety, and fear all contract the spine and curl us inward so we can't receive. And when we breathe and open and our lives are led heart first, that all unwinds out of the root chakra. In the moment, responsive grace. Blessed be. Letting go of worst case scenarios, thinking, oh, for the one. There's a lot of releasing here before we go on our inner journey because we have a lot of collective heaviness in our fields. There's a lot we're carrying for our ancestors, for each other. And our ancestors are actually saying, okay, these wounds, these false beliefs, these shadow patterns that we have either conditioned you with through the ripple of all the mother line and all the father line, it's your time to transmute it for the line, for the one. It is time to unwind. So thank you all for this great work. Joyce, she's releasing profound fatigue and the inability to focus, bringing dreams to their actualization and completion, the highest good and joy. I'm feeling that within your share, we're holding you into this other vision, bringing your dreams into their actualization and completion for the highest good and joy. That's the part that resonates. And I read that whole thing, that as soon as you give yourself the rest and the nurturance and that feminine magic comes back, this is the key to bring your dreams into fruition in grace, in divine timing. And so it is. Gina, releasing the pattern of minimizing self for comfort levels of self and other. Oh, for the one, for all who play small, who think that they'll be safe if they fly under the radar and they live a half-life, compromise their essence, and die before dying so many times. On this powerful portal, this time, let us let die that which truly shall die, so we shall live fully present. Blessed be. Dia Therese, I toss gleefully into the fire, all being on guard for disapproval and chastisement by others and myself. And you can feel the similar frequencies in these shares. All of us who are done being small, done grasping for others' validation and approval. All of us who are saying, we are here now in spiritual sovereignty, in authenticity, for life, together. Yes, it is done. Blessed be. Yeah, so many of these, you can feel the similarities, and it's like the medicine has been transmuted for the one. As you've received each other's shares, you can feel the threads that are your own and other people's shares. So many. You can see the same words even, whether it's procrastination, limitation, lack, all of that. And here, letting go of the anger, the blaming, and the lust, which I think real luster is radiance and sexual passion and power, right? So when we talk about the lower frequency of lust, it's like the hungry ghost of never-ending desire that can't be met, a wound. But when we are here in love, that lust becomes luster, radiance and power. That anger becomes a will to truth, an inner fire that never harms another. It purifies the vessel. And so the transmutation of the lower octaves of these things you name, we bring in the fire of aliveness, creativity, and joy. Oh, so much. Powerful, powerful. Thank you, everyone. Blessed be. Yes. And if yours hasn't been read, it's because it's already in this cauldron, in this spooky witch's brew of a Halloween cauldron that we are transmuting it for the one. It is done. It is done. And so, my loves, we're going to go a little bit deeper, deeper into the heart, deeper into this powerful portal. I'm going to invite you to take a moment, put a hand back on your heart and another on your lower belly, closing your eyes with me again. This time, as you lean into your center, a little further than you usually lean back into your back body, breathe deeper than you usually breathe. 3 deep belly breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Letting the sound of your own voice and a sigh soothe the body temple again. Deep sigh. Letting the sound go, keeping the breath deeper than usual, connected. Feeling the crown of the head that's moved back, dials open like a lotus blossom crown, crystalline violet light. Allowing yourself to receive exactly the blessing, the kiss of light that is required to ignite the light-sensitive parts of the brain, the inner eye. Deep breath as you bring your awareness to the center of your skull, activating the pineal, the pituitary, the hippocampus, the eye that sees beyond the veil, beyond the illusions of this 3D realm, the eye that sees light behind all appearances. Through the darkest night, we can see the light, like Neo in the Matrix. We can see the eye that sees beauty that surrounds, even when the apparent outpicturing looks like a horrible situation. We can see beauty, love, and see where gratitude remains. Breathing and receiving this inner light. The language of light, our divine mother tongue, it blesses us with color frequencies, symbols, feelings, deep feelings. Your hand on that sacred heart, giving a little spiral, allowing yourself to receive the blessings of the light, whether it's a particular color, bathing your consciousness. Let it wash now from the center of your mind's eye down. Bowing the chin, it washes down the base of the skull, back of the neck. Opening the chin, it washes through the throat. Breathing and swallowing a sweetness like the most fresh and ripe apple of abundance. Swallowing the sweetness like nectar of an inner smile. Down into the body temple, through the throat, the space right above your palm of light. You can lift the chin a little and lift the chest and feel this high heart lifted, high heart chakra. Breathing and receiving the remembrance of what you carry, the strength, the gifts, the keys, the codes, the genius from your ancestral lines, and feeling as you drop down behind the hand of light with all your focus, and bow the chin again and breathe into the back of the heart chakra. reopening the shields, opening the hardness, the resistance, anything that's left shielding your heart from love and grace, letting it melt away. Breathing and softening any crystallization that's kept this inner light from shining bright. Any crystallization that you thought you needed to protect yourself in the safe and sacred space that we create today, softening the shields of the heart. Breathing and lifting the front heart again, the chin comes back, and now leaning back, imagining behind your heart the unfurling of your right heart wing. However that wing wishes to express on the etheric, let it be soft, an expression of your sacred masculine heart energy, the part of you that takes leaps of faith, courageous, heart of fire, feeling that heart wing stretching to its full magnificence, and then folding it behind you, leaning back. As your awareness and attention comes to the left back heart, unfurling your feminine essence wing, unfurling that part that sometimes feels so subtle, so soft. In this moment, let her shine, let her stretch and open her full magnificence. Whether those wings wish to express like dragon wings, fairy wings, butterfly, dragonfly, angel, whatever they are, they can be unique unto themselves. Folding both wings behind you like a soft throne, and then taking a moment to visualize a golden infinity loop between your right and left brain, and just balancing and harmonizing the hemispheres of the brain. First, following the infinity loop, one way, activating the corpus callosum, and then the other direction. And as you do this inner blending and activation, activating the higher mind, the Buddhic wisdom, the inner eye even more, visualizing your wings, blending and merging some of their patterns and colors and qualities, opening them again. And then in the energy of your heart wings, feeling safe and protected, held and strong. We take a moment now to reach our heart wings back with love and compassion to our ancestors. And on the right, we go through the Father to the beings, the grandmother and grandfather, and then the sets of great grandparents, and back, exponentially rippling back in your father line on your right side. And as you feel that wing extending to your ancestors in compassion for all that they have suffered, all the struggles, for you to be here, for you to be alive, sacrifices, the strength, the ingenuity, the trials and tribulations they endured. Feel your gratitude, sincerely feel your gratitude. Breathing and receiving all that they have been through, first with compassion and gratitude, and now they beam you back their strength, their gifts, their unique genius, talents, the ways that they have given you so much that is in your genes, in your epigenetics. You are at the front of this ripple. There's so much beauty to receive. Let yourself receive it right back into that wing and into the back heart and the right side of the body, and feel it flowing down through your right hip and right leg and past your knee and foot, and really grounding that in your earth walk. Feeling that ancestral strength, gifts, beauty. Feeling this celebration when the veils are so thin between you and your ancestors on your father line side. And you fold that wing down, knowing that they are always with you, the benevolent ones that love you unconditionally from beyond the veil. As we shift our attention now to our left side, our left heart wing reaches back and extends its love, its blessings, compassion to the mother line. Breathing and seeing and feeling the being who birthed you and her parents, feeling your maternal grandmother and grandfather, and then the two sets of great-grandparents, and the ripple back exponentially widening back and back and back and back. So many beings. Feel them all standing behind you as part of your motherline. And all that they endured, all that it took for you to get here, their sacrifices, their choices, their journeys, their travels. Just breathing and receiving this with awe and gratitude and compassion. Extending your gratitude and compassion back to the ancestors in this time where they can feel you and the veils are thin. And now receiving their love, their strength, their gifts on your motherline side, acknowledging the unique being you are because of what they carried. Feel into some of them. You might see specific ancestors, perhaps the skills, the trades, the tools, the instruments. Something is being shown to you from the symbolic universe. Receive those gifts. Open that wing to receive and let it flow into your back heart and down the left side of your body, down past your left hip, through the left leg, past the knee, through the lower leg and foot, grounding it into your earth walk, all the beauty, gifts, and opening both wings and allowing this harmonic behind you, this light that beams backward, and this light that they beam forward into your heart, into your life. Taking your hand of light on your heart, giving it a little spiral, feeling how you are so seen, so held. Even if there are beings in your ancestral history that you know have struggled and suffered in a way that caused them to make poor choices, in this light, it is transmuted for the one in love, that you are at the front of this alchemy for the one. Moving forward, whether or not you already have children or never have children, your earth walk ripples. How do we become a good ancestor? You take a breath and feel into your own life and your earth walk, and this vow, if it is in wisdom and truth, to walk as a good ancestor. Deep breath. That in a unique way for you, how you choose to share your gifts, your love, your light. One more breath. And taking this hand of light that's on your heart, bringing it down to the solar plexus, that these visions, these deep recognitions be empowered and integrated, assimilated, giving that chakra some love and energy. And then bringing the hand of light around the belly 3 times, soothing this physical body temple that feels so deeply, that feels so much. Soft animal belly that just is invited to relax and to receive, to feel its preciousness. And then bringing both hands of light with a downward triangle mudra, the thumb tips connect under the navel, the 4 fingers down, pubic bone, feeling this grace rooting down into the watery, chakra responsible for our emotions and our intuition, that belly wisdom. Just feeling all this light that you've received from the ancestors and all that you carry forward, now moving down through the lower belly, through the root, again, rooting it down to the earth element below. Your hands of light come off the body and just holding them either open on your lap or out to the side. Feeling your earth walk, your life, what you carry, what you're grateful for, and what you are here to offer this new cycle as a good ancestor. What you are amplifying, what gifts you are working with. And bring your hands of light up to the heart in the Padma Mudra, which is like a chalice with our pinky tips and thumb tips touching. Feeling that which you're devoted to, that which fills your cup, that which you are grateful for, and that which you are ready to pour over in your offering as a good ancestor. We very slowly press our palms together in Namaste now, dropping our palms of light. Let us come back to open our eyes. And I invite you very gently, very slowly to take your water, and we're going to bless our waters. As we are mostly water, I offer you my chalice. And as we lift this life, water is life, divine feminine, consciousness and form. We are mostly water. Mother is mostly water. We are changing, moving, ebbing, flowing beings. Let us drink of the waters of remembrance of our gifts, that which we are grateful for. Drink of the waters of remembrance. Alchemize anything less than love. Drink of the waters of remembrance. Transfiguration through grace. Blessed be. And so, my loves, we went very, very deep into our ancestors and the inner journey. And I would love to hear from your heart, one more share in this beautiful community, what you are receiving and grateful for, and stepping forward as a good ancestor for those who are to come, what you are offering from your cup in gratitude and joy. So let's amplify this field and share. Let's share now we've had a lot of shadow shares that we're transmuting. Now we're going to have some light that we are amplifying. What are you walking forward in your earth walk with in gratitude and joy as a good ancestor? Oh, Jody, I'm loving your headdress today. So far out. So cool. And these could even be the dreams that you're holding in your heart as we move into this next cycle and into the dreaming time and the fallowness of winter, and the seeds ripen, the seeds germinate rather under the soil in the dark and the unseen. What dreams are you going to be dreaming forward? What is it that you now offer? You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Jennifer says she is so grateful for her life. That's what I love. Grateful to be here now with all of you. So grateful. Randy, I don't know if this is what you're grateful for. Grateful for all the compliments you are ever able to accept. Let's, for the one, just expand our capacity to receive accurate, loving reflection. How many times do people actually try to love us in their way, and parts of us will deflect or say nothing? Let's just sit in that reflection of each other's love. We're all expanding our capacity. Beauty. Jody is amplifying love and healing to the world through knowledge and music. Aho, sister. Blessed be this gift you carry, this gift that you probably received from your ancestors, this knowledge, this music, this unique way that you love. Beautiful. Therese, today through you, Eden, I take on my headdress of a good ancestor for the first time. Blessed be. Witnessing you is recognizing yourself as the good ancestor you are. Yes. Cynthia, I'm grateful to be walking in devotion, to be in service as love, to assist others in opening their hearts to love and an open mind. That is such a gift you carry forward. Such a good ancestor. Beautiful. Marcia, grateful for my ancestors, as am I, beloved. I really felt how many beings we are, how many are inside of us. It's amazing. Sarah, I'm walking forward in deeper connection with the divine and gratefully moving forward on my path to serve, witnessing you, honoring that clarity and devotion. Blessed be. Sylvia, still transmuting my own participation, the materialistic hungry ghost, through the transmuting my maternal grandfather's part. That's a lot of responsibility for you. It's a deep, deep work to let go of guilt, to feel innocence again, no matter what choices our ancestors made. There's been some characters back in our pasts that, we don't have to go there, but there's many ways babies come into the world. There's some figures that might be in our ancestral lineages. We can forgive them all and liberate ourselves in love. Liberate ourselves. This power of now. Blessed be, Sylvia. Thank you for that deep work. Corinne, grateful for being alive, feeling inner flame in my heart, shining and guiding me on my path. Oh, to that inner flame burning bright. You're the one, yes. Tina, walking with the storytellers as one of them. These gifts we carry, the magic we carry, the sacred stories we tell. Forward to hearing that echo of your stories. Good ancestor you are. Agnes, me and my eldest sister today got back together after not communicating for the past few years. Blessed be, Agnes. Blessed be. Celebrating the opening, the softening of the heart shields with you. Pamela, I am grateful for all the love, kindness, and compassion I have to share and receive. Yes. Recognize how much love you've shared and give in your very being, in your presence. I've been graced by it. I know what it's like to be in your presence. Sometimes it's that simple, just being present and letting love shine through. You are that good ancestor for so many. Quinn, my good ancestor gift, to bravely question and intelligently challenge whether that which you're given or told vibrates in resonance with your true sovereign self, and If it does not, lay it upon the earth and walk away, dear ones. Walk away. Wise woman has spoken. Oh, the resonance and truth is love. Oh, Christina, I'm receiving from my ancestors courage. I'm ready to give from my cup more vulnerability, compassion, and love. Celebrate this choice, this risk, this leap into the unknown. When we risk vulnerability, that's when the portal opens for real miracles, true love. Blessed be. Beatrice, having chosen to be child-free for this lifetime, I had not really honored my ancestorship, but now you can see the good ancestor you are to many. Even if it's not in a genetic bloodline, it's a spirit ancestor, and we have many. I have some of the most powerful ancestors, fairy goddess mothers at my side and at my back. You are that for many, I know in my heart. Blessed be. Joyce, to bring forward into the light insights and wisdom I've gained in living my life in hopes that it will inspire and help future generations. I'm grateful for this gathering together today. I'm thankful for your love and generosity. You're so welcome. You inspire me with your heart, with your shares, with your presence, all of you that come and co-create these rituals, these temples. We are here together. It is so beautiful. So grateful. Adora, giving thanks and gratitude for all the love, beauty, and joy in my life and everything that made this possible. Yes. As we take in each other's shares, really just breathing in this collective medicine as we move into the darker, colder months where we could tend to isolate or contract, to take this coal from the collective bonfire to warm your own hearth, to really enact this ritual today. Yes. Jennifer, I'm going to honor your share. I offer gentleness and kindness to the world and to all. Blessed be. Boy, that gentleness, that's a thread I'd love to see all of us weave into the greater tapestry of the collective outpicturing of how we relate. More gentleness, more kindness, more curiosity, more I am another you. I might not see through your eyes right now the way you do, but I still see your humanity. And I can be gentle and kind with you. Blessed be. Wise ancestors in the room, wise ones. Woohoo! Ubuntu! Aho! I don't even know some of these words. You'll have to illuminate me someday. Beatrice, Ubuntu, aloha. Yoo-hoo! Such good medicine. So my invitation is, as we have been taking in the sharing of each other's gifts and how we are walking forward as good ancestors, that we really feel into this new year in a way, even though many of us have never considered Halloween, New Year's Eve before. Instead of getting caught up in, did I buy enough candy? Did I do like the Joneses with the decorations and all of this materialistic craziness of these commercial holidays? How can I give the sweetness, doesn't rot the teeth, the gentleness, the kindness, the presence, the goodness to every being as if they are a little child dressed in costume? Every single human. What if we start thinking like that? Even if you're in a 75-year-old costume, or maybe you're a 29-year-old costume, I see your little sweet, divine child in there, just wanting that connection, wanting that joy. Come into my door, when you ring my bell, I'm going to be a good ancestor for you. I'm going to be a wacky wise woman, fairy goddess mother too. So just feel into your heart if there's anything else that's arising to share from this lens, this powerful, beautiful time. I think I have I'm going to find one other image to share with you. Another bonfire image. If it didn't disappear, if I can. Sometimes my Zoom images hop around. Bonfire hopped around. I'm going to go get it. Bring it back. This one. Woohoo! All right. This is a big one. So as we dance around this collective bonfire, we feel the warmth of each other's shares. There's a few more coming in. Let's honor them too. Yes. Jen says, I walk forward with a pure heart, compassion, joy, and love. Yes. Now we're doing the alchemy. We've raised the frequency into the yummy stuff. Blessed be. Yes. Thursday is All Souls Day. Is it? I thought it was tomorrow. All Souls Day. Sometimes All Saints Day, maybe. The celebration of the soul of Earth and all beings. Be Earth Day. Happy Be Earth Day to you, Sylvia. Yay. Feeling your divine child. Feeling the one that, yes, is here, ever renewing her innocence, presence. Take a moment and just look at this fun image. Our ancestors, or mine in ancient Ireland, would dance around bonfires on tops of hills, and they would time it just right that before it would burn out, they would have a little cauldron or a little metal pot that they would put the burning ember in and get all the way home to spark their own fireplace to make sure that that fire remained lit all winter. And sometimes we hear stories of the Yule logs and the burning of the Yule logs. So my invitation to you all is, what is the coal that you're taking? And it might be one word. It might be one thing someone else said. It could be a tiny little phrase that is your burning ember that's going to be so dear to you as we move into the cold, dark, longer nights of winter. If there's a word you want to share, while you contemplate that, Samhain, the time where the veils are most thin, is also a time of, yes, the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. It's all connected. It's a time where our divination can be really powerful. So I decided to pull one collective card for us today and to see what comes through from the goddess archetypes, from 13 moon types, is going to be our divination on this really mystical, magical eve to contemplate even more. So feeling into both this question I asked, if there is an ember, a coal that you're going to spark your fire with for the rest of the season, if you want to put it in the chat. It could just be community. It could be something that you heard someone else say or something you've already said that you're amplifying. And we're going to choose a collective card while you're doing that. So just feeling into your own sweet life and your own heart. This divination is for the one, for the collective, today. Decided to bring it together because I'm not doing Oracle office hours this week. We're going to do a card for the collective reading on Samhain. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and feel it. Let's go. Who or what may be our guide into this time? Feeling. That one wants to come. Whoosh. Well, reminds me a little bit of you, Quinn. We've got the sacred frequency card and the sacred geometry card of the creator, destroyer, preserver. And it's no joke. It's no mistake. It's no coincidence. We're talking about the element of fire. This is all about liberation. Liberation through burning through that which is not real. That which, I think Argon said it in his opening, calling in the direction of fire. He says, releasing the past that never was and the future that never will be, our illusions, confusions, projections, and delusions. This card is for us to go into this night. Look, it's like this cauldron I talked about with the hot coal I'm taking home to keep my fire lit right there. This is kind of an uncanny coincidence, or maybe we should say synchronicity. This is the fire light of truth. The creator, destroyer, preserver is asking us to stay in that fiercely focused love. This archetype is not a soft, mushy love. She's sure not going to just please people and tell them what they want to hear. This divine feminine archetype is willing to use that sacred rage that burns from the heart, the flame, the courage, the heart, the core, and the rage, the fire of passion, to speak truth as love, to lift the veils on illusion, and to do it in a way that is not violent or aggressive, to do it in a way that is so loving that it liberates self and other. Liberation, liberation. So we take this burning ember with us. We take this from this big bonfire, this divination for the one, for the collective. That sometimes this love is like riding a lion. Sometimes this love is willing to look a little mad even. And I don't mean mad as in grumpy and angry. I mean wild and kind of like it's a mad thing in a mad world not to be mad. This love is willing to shake it up, catalyze change. So that's our divination in the Samhain portal. Thank you, Kali Ma, creator, destroyer, preserver. Beautiful. Linen leaf are resonating. Oh, yes. I can see some heads nodding. And I'm going to go back to honor some of these beautiful shares. Some of the beautiful things people are taking as their ember, taking the warmth, gentleness, the unconditional love, unity, love, living only vibrant energy, bringing this warmth of our heart, cherishing, joyful perseverance, expansion, high creativity and expression, acceptance. Yay! Only love is real. Universal timing, courage, the heart core, and the rage, the fire, the passion, burning coldness in my heart to express myself truthfully in joy, gratitude. Hoot, hoot. Ding to all that. This has lit me up. Thank you to everyone who's shared, who's here, who's willing to be seen. I know there's a lot of shy people not on camera, but you are present, you are held with us in love. Thank you for coming for yourself. And I wanted to let you know that we have some more beautiful shares coming in still. It's a shame not to mention empathy without losing myself. That's compassion. I want to just amplify that, Gina. That higher octave of empathy where we're like, I'm so empathic, I'm not sure what's mine and what someone else's. It's compassion. Compassion is so high frequency, so present, so crystalline clear, it's able to discern. That's theirs, and I still love them, and I'm still with them. I can be present with them without losing myself. Blessed be to compassion. Toot, toot, yes. Well, I wanted to let you all know that there's no Oracle office hours, I mentioned this week. I'm actually going to be out of town. That being said, I'll be back next week with our Oracle office hours. If you're not already coming to those, they're really fun, they're really beautiful, they're a little shorter than this, but there's lots of shared magic and medicine and love and beauty in that. And that the gates are now open for the year-long training, the year-long mystery school training that begins in January. The gates are open in the sense that you may apply and come interview with me or another priestess or Argon. My priest brother is going to be a part of the mystery school this time online. I'm so excited to have him. And something else super exciting about this, I know for those who've been with me before, how can we make it even better? What else? Well, what's amazing is there's so many beings that have come up with me over the years through this training, this priestess training, that they're going to be offering their specialties, their gifts, their talents at an even more beautiful, amplified way with other courses within the mystery school. When you are enrolled with me in the larger training, you'll receive things like herbal wisdom and sacred geometry with a beautiful priestess sister named Alicia. You'll receive Argon's deepening temple around the sacred art of anointing with sacred oils. You'll receive a manifesting with the moon sacred divine feminine business module with Alexis, who really for me is like the archetype of Athena or Diana. She's wisdom and kick-ass. And you will receive the embodiment and sacred healing of body shame and the right sacred relationship with our sensuality and sexuality module with Charlotte Sophia. So these deepening courses are included in the Mysterium this year, as well as the temples where we go through each of the faces of the divine feminine. So Erin has placed the link for now. The page is still going to be updated to have more information about what I just spoke, because everything is kind of coming into play right now, though the application process is open. And if you want to learn more, please don't hesitate to apply and come one-on-one into an interview, free interview with me to speak about what you might want to focus on in this mystery school training. So yes, it's edenamadora.com/mysterium priestess-training. And I think that's, I read it right. It's kind of hiding behind a little happy face emoji thing for me. So anyway, there's wonderful, wonderful levels of participation. My intention is to make it available for more people. So we've structured it to have different levels of entry. So of course, the highest level of participation is where you come to me, to my home temple, for 2 week-long retreats where we get to actually hold hands and sing together in person and do crafts, rituals, and go into the in-person work. The other levels could include one-on-ones with me or another senior priestess for mentoring and those modules. And then you always get deepening beauty of songs and what we call mind food, which is like the curriculum, the beautiful curriculum, and the temples, like today's temple, similar yet different. We'll go very, very deep into the 13 different faces of the divine feminine archetypes. So yes, I'm excited about it. It's been wonderful being with you, and I wanted you to know that if this is resonating with you and you want to go deeper into the mystery and into the priestess training, please don't hesitate to check out that page and apply. Let's sing a song to close this container. I'll turn off the background music. Now, the song that came to mind for me had to do much with this season, and I think I'm going to put a different background as we sing the song again, because I feel this kind of honoring the earth in this song with the mother, and the mother as the goddess, whether you call it Gaia, Gaia Sophia, Terra, we all come from the mother. So let's sing together. You can stay muted. Unfortunately, Zoom is limited in the way we harmonize and sing together, but here we go. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and horn, hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Corn and grain, corn and grain, all that dies shall rise again. Hoof and horn, hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Corn and grain, corn and grain, all that dies shall rise again. Beautiful. I love to see you singing with me. Yay. I'm going to put everybody in the gallery view. So good to be with you, love. So good to see you. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for enacting the sacred alchemy. You are so seen, you are so loved and appreciated. Until we meet again, only love. Bye for now.